A series of riddles, a city of bombs, a terrorist with a grudge, and one cop who just desperately wants some aspirin. That's right, this week it's Die Hard with a Vengeance on Garage 33 when we come back.
Let's face it, this is not the worst thing you've caught me doing.
Okay, this out of the Die Hard series is definitely my favorite. What about you?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's good. And the first one's good, but this one's really, really good. Because it's a lot funnier.
Yeah.
I think this movie makes me laugh a lot.
To me, it's I hate the way how everyone always says the first Die Hard's a Christmas movie. Just because it takes place at Christmas time does not make it a Christmas movie. That's my hot take on that. I know I'll get some flack for it, but it is what it is.
Yeah, I don't know. I would count it as a Christmas movie just because I hate regular Christmas movies.
Yeah.
Like the cheesy ones. So I count Die Hard as a Christmas. Same as I put Gremlins as a Christmas movie as well, which is not really a Christmas movie.
I'd say that's more of a Christmas movie
More
than
so than Die Hard, yeah.
Because it wasn't even Christmas time. It was December, but it was just a Christmas party at the building, right? But
yeah, it's a reach, but
yeah. So that's why I like this one here. It's more of a. It's not a carbon copy, which is basically what I thought the second Die Hard was.
Yeah,
this one's it's 180 degrees the other way. It's summertime. It's not.
That's what I like about it too. Is it's that I recently, within the last few months, watched 1, 2, and 3. And one's feels original, and it was obviously, of the time when it came out, it was a bit of a trendsetter for those sorts of action movies, and made Bruce Willis a superstar, which is cool. And then when you watch the second one, and I mean, probably it was a little unfair because I watched it back to back. I think I watched them over a couple nights. It feels just like the first one.
Oh, for
sure. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it feels like they just basically were just like, okay, how can we repeat the success of the first one? Well, let's just make the same thing, just put it in an airport.
Yeah.
It's still good though. Like it's still, if it wasn't coming off the back of the original, and if it was maybe a different, it wasn't a Die Hard movie, it'd be a good action movie.
Oh, for
but
sure.
Its failing is that it's too close to a second one. And then that's what I like about this one, is this one feels completely different because summertime, it's in the middle of a heat wave. This is the film I always watch that gets me the most in the mood for summer.
Yeah.
It's got such a summer. It makes me want to be in the city in the summer. It's just got a really good summer vibe to it.
Do you think if the second one had been placed, like the timeline was in summer, do you think it would have done better?
They should have done it in the spring.
Yeah.
They should have had one for each season.
Well, there was 4 of them. Well, I shouldn't say that. There's like 10 of them.
And then you could have Die Hard at Christmas, Die Hard, in the summer. Could differentiate them that way.
Yeah. Just
Die Hard at Easter.
Just call them by their
Halloween Die Hard.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. Well, let's get into the meat and bones, I guess. Die Hard came out May of 95. It's 128 minutes long. The director is John McTiernan, who was the director of the first one.
Yeah, and Predator.
Yep. The cast
had a good run in the 80s and 90s. John McTiernan.
Yeah. Hunt for Red October as well.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think he might have done maybe Thomas Crown Affair as well, something like that. Like movies that were highly rated really well.
Yeah.
There's another big one that I'm thinking of that he did too, I think. Anyway, good director. He's in prison now. I think he's dead actually now, but he went to prison for a while, yeah.
Tax evasion?
Something like that, yeah.
The cast is Bruce Willis, Jeremy Irons, Samuel Jackson, and Graham Greene. Those are just the top billet ones that I wrote down, but there's obviously more. But budget was $90 million, box office $366 million. So that year for 1995, now the top 10 movies were Batman Forever, Apollo 13,
Wait,
Toy
is that
Story.
10? Are you going 10 to 1?
No, that's number 1. The number
Batman
one
was.
Batman Forever was number 1, yeah. Apollo 13, Toy Story, Pocahontas, Ace Ventura: When Nature Calls, Casper, and then Die Hard came in. Was that
Oh, I thought it'd be higher than
seventh?
that.
And then Crimson Tide, GoldenEye came out that year as well,
Right.
and Waterworld that rounded out the 10. So
It was a good year, actually.
it
There's some
was.
good ones in there.
I feel like there's like in the past there was way more. Like every year there was a ton of really good movies that you look back at, like those are all good movies. I feel like they struggled to put out 3 or 4 good ones a year now.
Yeah, I was just listening to a thing just yesterday, and it was talking about 96, so the year after this, and it had there's probably more of the ones I can remember. It was Twister came out, and there was The Rock, and there was
Both
Mission
great films.
Impossible, and then Independence Day, all within about 4 weeks of each other.
Wow.
And what a summer that is.
Yeah.
And you don't see that anymore. It doesn't feel like you do anyway.
The 90s were a great time for film, though, I think.
Yeah.
Let's get into some of our stuff over here. Save this for. What do you think's aged the best in this film?
Well, kind of what we touched on, that they switched it up a bit and made it a little bit more of a buddy comedy.
Yeah.
That's what I like about it the most, because I wonder if, when you just said it was what, 6th or 7th box office, if the second one maybe hurt the franchise a little
I think
bit,
so too, yeah.
because a lot of people were just like, it was the same thing. It was good, but it was the same thing. So I like that they switch it up.
Yeah.
So bringing in Samuel Jackson as kind of like his little sidekick is, I think, is brilliant. So that's of all the things that, if I look back on, I'm like, what was the best decision they made for this? That 100%.
Well, I just put down like the type of action for that time. It still rivals like the action films that they have today, and like with the mystery kind of added in with the Simon and the riddles and whatnot. Like they could remake that movie right now exactly how it is, and it would still stand up. It's just smart writing the way how they did it.
And one of the cool things about it that it really comes across is that it's got, obviously doesn't have the CGI like the new stuff does,
Right.
and it looks like it's filmed in like downtown New York in the middle of summer.
Yep.
Like, it would have been a bitch to make that. That would have been without being able to go on location, because it can't go on location. It just it's too New York.
Yeah.
And yeah, and you're right. It's still a good story. Like, I remember when I first watched it, I was genuinely surprised when Simon is Hans Gruber's brother.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see that coming at all. So yeah, it's a good story. The action's great. It's well made. There's not a lot of complaints about this one. It's a good one.
Yeah, it was just the fact, like you said,
Nothing's aged badly.
No, and the fact that they linked it back to the first one, like that's they quite often don't do that. So that was something that was nice. Like, what the hell? And then all of a sudden you realize why he's doing it and all that. But just you were saying about the CGI, when I was watching it, I thought I found a mistake, and then I watched it probably 7 or 8 times until I realized what happened. But when they're driving the car through Central Park and they launch it over the wall into traffic, there's a scene there where it looks like the wheel comes off, but there's a hubcap on it. But the cab doesn't have hubcaps at all. So when it hits, I realized afterwards that it's because the car that it hits, it blows the tire right off the car whenever they hit, and that's what bounces right in front of its tire, and it just threw me off. But I was like, is this bad editing? Like, did they just throw like a weird tire in the front of that? But wasn't the case. So, what do you think didn't age well?
I don't really think it's got a very good ending. I think it got a bit of a weak ending. Because it doesn't really build up to much. You just kind of catch him at the end, and they're in the helicopter, and it just kind of ends. I always thought that. I was always like, it feels like it could have had a more grand ending to it. It's not that it's necessarily bad, but it just kind of it's like 90% really good action, and then it's almost like they didn't know how to end it, so they just kind of ends on a bit of a whimper.
Yeah. I put down the big cell phones, or the fact that there's no payphones anymore. So that doesn't age well for now.
Yeah.
Car phones, something of the past. Also, they used the car phone in the The police cars, super, super old. Like if you had a kid watch it now, they'd be like, "What are those?" Because they're the old Crown Vics.
Yeah, but there wasn't that was true to the early 90s, though, right?
Right, but if someone was to watch it now, they'd be like, "I don't recognize those cop
Yeah,
cars," right?
no, it definitely looks a little old.
The Twin Towers are
Oh,
multiple
yeah.
scenes with them in it, so
Yeah.
and then, Yankee Stadium, it's got the old Yankee Stadium, they tore that down and put up a new one, so,
Oh.
um,
But that makes New York look cool, though.
yeah,
Like, New
for
York in
sure.
the 90s was probably cooler than it is now.
Uh, I did notice that there was a lot of ad placements everywhere, like,
Fair?
especially, like, when Simon's talking to the cops during the police station, every cop that's holding up a phone, it has AT&T written across the bottom of it, like, I've never seen that written anywhere on any phone,
Yeah,
but
that would have been right around the time that they started doing that sort of
oh, for
stuff,
sure.
though, right?
Let's see. What do we got next here? The title. Do you think that there was a better title?
No, not I like the title, I think it's good. I mean, it would have made sense to just go with Die Hard 3,
Yeah.
and Die Hard 2 is Die Harder, right? So this one should have been Die Hard 3, Die Hardest. Doesn't that make the most sense?
Yeah, fair enough.
Because it is. When you look at the titles lined up, this one feels a bit. It's got like a colon, and it's got its own. It's a long title, and it's not that it doesn't fit. I'm just used to it. I think it's just
Yeah.
Die Hard 2, and then Die Hard with a Vengeance sounds sort of out of sync. So yeah, I would have gone Die Hard 3, Die Hardest.
I had Simon Says,
That's a good. Yeah, that would have been good actually.
but I'll talk a little bit more about it in the internet research, but that actually was the original title of the script.
If it wasn't a Die Hard movie,
Right.
Simon Says would have been a really good title for it.
Yeah. What was your most rewatchable scene?
Most rewatchable scene is probably I like all the parts where they're solving the little riddles. I really like those.
Yeah.
I like the one with where they're trying to sort out the water jugs.
Yep.
Is it a zoo? Is that where they are?
No, they're in the park.
And it's in the park, yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
I just like that scene. I think that's just a funny scene, and it's clever too.
Yeah.
How he solves it right at the end before they get blown up.
it's funny because that's also my most rewatchable scene.
Yeah.
And part of it was because I never understood how they got the 4 liters.
Yeah, I had to Google it to understand it. I think I had to watch it. I think the last time I watched it, I watched a YouTube video because I'm like, all right, I need to understand this. And yes, I think I finally figured it out
Yeah.
after 20, 30 something years.
I just wanted to be able to get it down to the ounce that they're saying how accurate it's got to be.
Yeah.
But
It's just it's a really, really cool little scene. Yeah, I always like that.
what'd you get for your behind the scenes internet research, if any?
No, I don't really have anything that I know of apart from other than, I mean, it's not necessarily research, but the Samuel Jackson thing feels like, I'm assuming they worked together. He worked with Bruce Willis on Pulp Fiction.
Right.
So I'm assuming that's where that comes from, that he brings him in. And I like that they go on to star in, because he's in Unbreakable with him too. And it might even be something else that I can't think of that they're in together. I want to say like Tears of the Sun or something might have them both in it. But anyway, I like that these guys go on to doing that because I like Unbreakable a lot too.
Yeah.
And they're both good in that too. So they seem like a good little double act.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, the only stuff I found, there wasn't a ton. I mean, I didn't spend a ton of time on it either. So, but
Oh, they made it a Die Hard film?
no, originally it was almost Lethal Weapon 4.
Right. Okay.
And then a bunch of stuff happened. It didn't end up going that way. And then they got it. They got the script back, and then that's when they decided to go with it. So, but what you're saying before about the Samuel, it almost wasn't Samuel. It was almost Lawrence Fishburne who had a verbal agreement apparently that, but then
he wouldn't have been as good. He's too serious, I think.
Well, they also couldn't agree on a price, so Fishburne wanted way more money than they wanted to give, and then the producers saw Pulp Fiction and saw him in it, and was like, I'm going to give this guy a shot, which is funny because It's also what happened in Pulp Fiction. They said that Lawrence Fishburne was up for it, but then they
Yeah.
gave it to Samuel. So
I could see Lawrence Fishburne more in Pulp Fiction,
yeah,
but not this one. And this was right when Samuel Jackson was starting to really get known as well. I feel like this was one of the things that really pushed him into the Samuel Jackson that because he was in Jurassic Park and then he would have been in Pulp Fiction and then this pretty much, right? And then from this he went on to have you ever seen the movie The Long Kiss Goodnight with him in it?
no,
It's a really funny movie too where plays a very similar sort of character to this, funny, and then like he starts to get to be in everything. There's
yeah.
a while there where he felt like he was in everything.
I feel like he was like the next Kevin Bacon, where they always said like what is it, the 9 degrees or 6 degrees of separation with
Yeah,
Kevin Bacon
yeah.
because he's in everything. Or
You could do that with him for sure.
I think he's easier. He's in way more stuff.
Yeah. Well, what I always liked about him was he's good in comedies because he's funny, but serious, and he can play. He could be in pretty much anything.
He can be creepy. He was in that Black Snake Moan, which is really creepy.
Yeah.
He can do it all.
And
Really,
he's still in everything. Really, like he pops up in a lot of things still, and he's in like Avengers, and someone knows him from something. Everyone's got like, he's the guy from because he's Jurassic Park. Like I know him from he's
the fact that he brought up Jurassic Park. I feel like there's so many people that don't remember him in that movie.
Forget he's even in it.
Yeah, which is
Mr. Arnold.
Yeah, I mean he dies. Spoiler alert! If you haven't seen the,
you only see his arm.
Fair enough.
He could come back
armless.
It's the same that happens to him in Star Wars, I think, too, right? You don't know if he's actually dead and he gets his arm chopped off.
That's true.
So he could come back for both of them. I say we petition to get Samuel Jackson his own Jurassic Park and Star Wars movie where he comes back with one arm.
As the same guy.
As the same guy.
I guess we already covered the casting almost in there. We said we were only going to do the one award, right? Or 2 awards, sorry. The Paul Giamatti Award for the really intense actor. I had Samuel Jackson because I still feel like he was super intense in his scenes, and he not that he was over the top, but he was was right into it, and he was very, very expressive.
Yeah,
Oh,
I agree with that. And I think Jeremy Irons is the bad guy. He's pretty good in it too. Not that he's necessarily intense, but he plays a good villain.
He does.
He looks like a villain.
Yeah,
he really doesn't. He was known like as a very. I don't know if it was necessarily like Shakespearean stuff, but
that's
you know
what I
that
remember
like
him in,
yeah, he was very. He usually plays like quite a sort of posh.
Posh twat.
Yeah, kind of. It'd be like seeing like a Hugh Grant all of a sudden be like, 'cause he's kind of jacked in it too, and you're like, all right, he's kind of scary in this. Where he wasn't a very scary. If you were to say to me, oh, he's a bad guy in this, him, he doesn't seem very scary, but he is intense.
Yeah. What was the next one? Maybe that was the only one that we said we're gonna. Yeah, we couldn't find one for the. Well, we can still do Samuel, I guess, for the Inspector Todd
Scene stealer.
Don't think Axel, you're making my dick itch award.
Yeah.
As scene stealer, which would
He
still
steals the film.
Yeah, he does.
Really?
Could this be remade today?
Yeah, probably. I mean, there's probably a lot of films that have tried to do it, taken this formula and tried to do it. Like, you know what? I think like a Rush Hour or something's very similar to this, where it's, two people that don't get along but are sort of thrust together. And there's a lot of films like that, I think. This one does it better than most.
There might be just a couple scenes that have to change. Like I feel like the racism comments.
There's a lot you can't get away with now.
No. Well, and just the way how they were, right? Like this was post Rodney King, so there was a lot of hatred between black and white. Which I don't feel it's nearly as bad as it was, where it's just so blatant. So could the movie be made? Yes, but you definitely have to adapt it to modern times.
Yeah, it could be, but would it be as good? No, it wouldn't. It would be watered down, and I mean, probably just because it would have to be. We're in a different day and age now. But yeah, I feel like you see lots of movies like this all the time. Just if you're going to try and remake this, like as it is, it's the same. When we talk about all these 80s and 90s movies, it's always the same thing, right? It's like, why bother? You're not going to make it any better. do your own thing. Now, I will say this is also the one of these trilogies, like Indiana Jones, where you stop at 3.
Yeah.
Don't go past 3 with this.
So
I don't think I think I've seen maybe bits and pieces of I don't know how many diehards there are, but
I just
it's
looked it up. There's 5.
yeah, and there shouldn't have been.
So do you think this Die Hard with a Vengeance would be the peak of this trilogy then?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
It's
agree.
close though.
Die Hard was good,
Yeah,
but
it's close. I think this one is I mean, if you're gonna do like a out of 10 rating, if I say I gave this one a 9, which you'll usually ask me at the end,
yeah,
I mean, Die Hard's probably an 8.5. Like
yeah.
it's pretty close. It's a half a point difference between them. But saying that, I watch this one when I want something funny, and I watch Die Hard when I want something a little bit more serious, a little bit more intense.
Yeah.
So they're different. It's for different. You get different needs.
So you were saying that you didn't have any nitpicks at all for this
No,
film.
not because
Really?
it's perfect, but just it's one of those. It's probably one of those films. If you nitpick it a bit too closely, it sort of ruins the fun of it a little bit. It's because it's a little silly, right? Like I'm
Oh,
sure
for
you could
sure.
probably say, "Oh, he could never have got to the part where which is also one of my favorite scenes when he goes through the park
Yep.
because he's got to get to the next call." I'm sure there are people that are like that'd be impossible, and he's probably going in the wrong direction and that sort of stuff.
Yeah, yeah. I don't look at things like that. It's more like so buckle in because I got a bunch of nitpicks.
Serum.
At the beginning of the film, whenever he's wearing that billboard with the comment on the front, it's going to get him killed in under 4 minutes. Um, once he told Zeus understood. I don't understand why they wouldn't have just told those guys the exact same thing and avoided everything else. Like, just tell them they're going to understand that they're being fucked with, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I was like, instead they went through all that bullshit and his store is being looted and wrecked because they didn't just tell him the truth.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a little off for me.
But also he's watching them, isn't he? Like he's not supposed to.
Oh, he told him though.
Yeah, and then he calls him the Good Samaritan, and
Yeah.
he gets him involved. But
The mixtures. Why don't they just cut the hose that goes into the thing so that
for
they
the
can't?
bombs,
Yeah, because they said, is it named Jeffrey, the guy that was doing it, whatever it was. He goes, when they're separate, they're completely harmless.
yeah,
But once they mix, well, if you can see the tube that's going in for the mix thing, snip,
there you
just
go.
pull the hose off. Like it's.
Should be a bomb defusal expert.
I'll just stop it before it becomes an issue, right?
wasted.
That's the whole arming thing. So,
Yep.
And the last one was, why did he hide the truth from Targo? Targo was like his right hand man or whatever. So they load up all these containers that were supposed to be full of gold
Mhm.
in the ship with metal, and then he ends up killing him over it. And then at the end of the movie, they're all there, and they're all there for the same reason, which is what Targo was a big follower for. Like, that doesn't make any sense. I get he wants to have the girl, but make that about the girl then. This was about keeping the real agenda of.
It's just a plot hole then.
Yeah, it just didn't make any sense.
Yep.
Like, I went back and I was like, did I miss something? Like, where's. So
I mean, none of those are enough that I really would have thought it was ruin anything. No, I
yeah.
don't really thought too much about.
And the other things was the cops that were impersonating, or the guys that were impersonating the cops. You can still hear the accent in some of them, though.
Yeah,
It should have given something away. And comments like, "Yeah, it's raining like dogs and cats."
Mhm.
I mean, it's raining like cats and dogs because that's
But
how they're
isn't
saying it.
isn't that does give him away though, right?
No, it was the badge
And the
number.
badge number.
It was the badge number that actually.
I thought
gave it
there's
away.
a part where he says that and he kind of thinks, oh, I got to watch this guy because there's something iffy
Mm.
about him.
And there's one girl that said, "Yeah, and I'm gonna marry Donald Trump."
Oh, yeah.
So like, I don't know about that one.
Yeah, that might need to be cut for the 2026 version.
Yeah.
You know what, though? If there's a 2026 version of this, there's probably a lot that needs to be cut out of it.
Yeah. So what would you say then for the your overall end verdict of this?
Best of the 3,
Yeah.
not counting the next 2, which I can't speak on, but best of the 3 for sure. I watch it probably once a year. I do. I watch it. It's like I said, it's my lead into summer.
Yeah.
I love the song that it starts off with. I can't think of the name of it, but it's
Yeah,
got
I
a
know
really,
that.
really
Yeah.
summery. Talks
Hot
about it being hot
times,
in the
summer
city.
in the
Yeah.
city. Yeah.
When it shows New York, I love all that.
Yeah.
It makes me want to go to New York.
Yeah. Have you ever been?
Nope.
Yeah, me either.
That makes me want to go to New York in the summer and find all these places. It's good.
Find
It's
all the bombs.
not probably a 9 out of 10 film for me.
Yeah,
Up there anyway.
That's what I gave it to. It was was another 9 out of 10. There's if you haven't seen it, you should definitely go and see it. I mean, and we didn't really touch on the peak for like Bruce Willis. So would you say that? I'm not even sure where I'd put Bruce Willis's peak.
Probably the original Die Hard, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is up there though. But the thing is, I think Bruce Willis has done some really good stuff because I really like Unbreakable. I think he's good in Pulp Fiction. He's good in this. He's good in those first 3 Die Hard films.
Sixth Sense he was good in.
Sixth Sense. I like Fifth Element. Like most of the stuff we just named is in like 90s. 12 Monkeys.
Yeah.
All came out in the 90s. And he's good in all of it. I don't know if he had too many. He had a couple stinkers, but like over the course of 10, 15 years, Bruce Willis really did make a lot of good movies. And he's not a great actor. So
no, he plays the same guy in every film.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, John McClane's probably his peak.
Yeah. I'd say so.
Over the course of those first 3 Die Hard movies, I think, right?
Yeah. No, for sure.
But he won an Oscar, didn't he? No, maybe not.
No, let's look this up.
I mean, Pulp Fiction is also up there. The Sixth Sense was probably his peak, right? Because people really love him in that.
Yeah.
But no, he's never won an Oscar. He might have been nominated.
Yeah, never won.
Yeah. Pulp Fiction probably
never even nominated.
Yeah, Pulp Fiction would have been probably the closest he came. So yeah, I'd say John McClane is what makes him a superstar. Or have you ever heard that story that Kevin Smith tells? Kevin Smith was in the 4th or the 5th Die Hard, one of the 2, and he's on set with Bruce Willis, and there's some argument that Bruce Willis doesn't think one of the scenes makes sense or anything, and he wants Kevin Smith to rewrite it. And there's this whole thing going on behind the scenes. And Kevin Smith says he watched Bruce Willis while he was on the phone to someone at the studio because they were arguing with him about how to do it. And Bruce Willis is listening, and they're given, the reasons why they don't think Bruce is right on how to do this one scene or whatever. And Bruce Willis just goes, "Okay, just answer me one thing. Who's your second choice to play John McClane?" And he just like hangs up the phone, and it's like, that's it. Like he got his way, right? Because it's one of those characters where, no one else can be Indiana Jones. No one else can be, there's certain ones where, and that's one of them. And they can't exactly be like, all of a sudden Sylvester Stallone's going to play the Die Hard. It doesn't work. There's no Die Hard movie about him. So his peak, yes.
They just went through that same scenario pretty much with Tom Hardy with is it Gangs of London is what it is, where they fired him and then realized, okay, he's our top guy here. Like no one's gonna watch this after this. So
yeah, exactly. So I'd say it's his peak.
Yeah, not that I want to trash anybody because I know the condition that he's in or whatever, but I met a guy decades ago and I asked because he was an actor. And I asked him who was the worst person that he ever had to be on film set with, and who the best was. And he said Bruce Willis was the worst. He was all about him. Whereas John Travolta, he said, was like the nicest guy. He would go and get coffee for extras, for grips, for whoever, right? And he would ask everybody. He was just that was his.
That surprised me though. Bruce Willis looks like
a dick,
kind of, yeah, but he's good.
Yeah,
that's the thing, right? It's like you sort of forgive it.
Well, you do and you don't. Like that's the reason why like you'll see people remember and have fonder memories of certain actors because they know how they were. And same reason why we like Holland so much is like Holland's such a good striker for City, which I don't care for.
But Bruce Willis doesn't come across as likable. Like, a lot of times he's not very likable, but he's good.
Yeah. So he's the Mbappe.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Or Messi. Doesn't come across as likable, but he's good.
Yeah.
So, yeah. All right. Well, this was good. Want to do another one of the. I don't know if it would be like I like picking one of the movies out of these trilogies and stuff because it just gives you like a baseline against some of the other
Yeah,
ones.
it feels like we've picked our favorite ones of
Yeah.
good trilogies. You know what we should do next then? You might not agree with me that it's the best one, but I think Back to the Future too.
Yeah, we could definitely talk about that one. Do that one. I mean, yeah.
That's my favorite of the three.
Oh, I already did Back to the Future 1. Actually, I wouldn't mind redoing it more in this format, so we could always go back and do one again later on.
All right.
I know on the rewatchables, I feel like they said that they've done some of them more than once, or that they want to. Like, I know they want to do Boogie Nights a whole bunch of times.
Yeah.
Apparently, they love that movie. Yeah, all right. Thanks a lot for coming on again, and we will talk to everybody next time.